Welcome back. This week's garden video is in the indoor garden again, updating on my indoor plants. So my turmeric that sprouted is up into the light, so I'm going to have to raise the light in here. So far nothing else has sprouted in the pan, and this looks pretty dry. It's only, the layers are pretty dry, so I'm going to give this some more water so that it doesn't dry out. And I know it's going to be a while before the pineapple seeds do anything, but I'm checking the paper towel. They're inside here now. I put a paper towel over top. So I'm checking the inside, and they feel dry. So I'm just trying to keep them moist but not wet. And I put them in a plastic bag with the paper towel to try to make it more humid, like a humidity dome, a traditional one. Over here, I have all my pineapples, and most of them have rooted and doing okay. I'm getting a little bit of color on this, and I don't know if they're browning and dying or if that's just normal. I don't see it on all of them, just that particular one. I moved the turmeric out of here, which I will show you shortly. So over here is the ginger turmeric area. Now this guy is the turmeric that I recently transplanted, and I moved it out of the indoor mini greenhouse because the leaves over here were browning, and I didn't know if it was because it was too close to the light, but since the ones over here looked to be okay, I moved it over to where everything else was. So I've got this turmeric here, this turmeric back here, and that turmeric next to it. Now for the 3 turmeric, the 2 in the back are the ones that I cut back from being outside and replanted, so they're more of an experiment. The one on the back right, 2 of the stems are regrowing and have multiple leaves. The one on the back left, only 1 leaf. So still unsure, and there's been some dieback on the outer 2. The ginger is going strong. It's still putting out new growth. It's got a new leaf that's about to come out there. And all of these need to be watered. So I'm going to give them some water, and I'm going to put some fertilizer in it. And I'm going to water it from the bottom so that they soak it up rather than watering from the top. Move into the basement with the overwintered peppers. The stalks on the peppers are still green. So I believe that means that I'm doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing correctly. I still don't know. I haven't had success before with growing or overwintering peppers, but some have stopped putting out leaves, and some still have leaves that sprout. But overall, the stems are still green, so the experiment with overwintering peppers continues. Now this is the second turmeric that sprouted. So I'm going to be removing it from here because, again, if anything else is going to sprout, this is going to be too tall to keep it close to the light. And just like I did with the previous stem, I am removing this, and I'm trying to do it gently, but the taproot on this one was really, really long. So you can see the bundle right there. So I wanted to preserve as much of this as I can. And once I remove that, now I'm just searching to see if the other piece of turmeric was going to sprout or did anything, as well as the pieces of ginger that I also left in here. I wanted to see what they were doing, as it's almost time to end this particular tray.
Sadly, the ginger was starting to rot, so I don't have any other ginger sprouts coming up from that. And all 3 pieces of ginger were bad, so I just put them to the side and I'll add them to the compost. But I am creating a deeper hole for the taproot just to make sure that I don't kind of suppress the root in any way. But as you see, that's a really long root, and I even think that I snapped off the bottom of it. But I'm just going to tuck that in there and try not to damage it in any way, and then cover this up and have it go next to the other turmeric and ginger that I have, which will be planted outside come the spring of next year, or really late spring, because we want the temperatures to be warm. And once I finished potting this, I have it in this container so that it can be watered from the bottom. And that concludes this update. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the content.